The opening scene of movie introduces our main character, Oh Jun-woo, a young gamer, alone in his family's apartment in Seoul. He wakes up late and casually checks his phone, finding messages from his mother reminding him to buy groceries. As he turns on his computer to play an online video game, news broadcasts on TV report a mysterious outbreak of violent attacks spreading across the city. While immersed in his game, Jun-woo hears loud commotion outside. Curious, he steps onto his balcony and sees chaos erupting in the streets below. People are screaming, running, and being attacked by frenzied individuals. Alarmed, he checks his phone again and sees emergency alerts warning residents to stay indoors. Jun-woo then cautiously opens his apartment door to inspect the hallway. Suddenly, a frantic neighbor forces his way in, desperately begging to stay. However, the man soon convulses, turns into a zombie, and lunges at Jun-woo. In a panic, Jun-woo pushes him out and slams the door shut just in time. Through the peephole, he watches in horror as a massive zombie viciously attacks his now infected neighbor. Jun-woo immediately locks his doors, pushes the refrigerator against the entrance, and begins his desperate struggle for survival. Using his drone, he surveys the neighborhood, only to discover it has been completely overrun by the infected. Although emergency power remains functional, he gradually loses access to phone networks, the internet, and running water. One night, Jun-woo sees zombies attacking a police officer outside. In a moment of desperation, he yells, drawing their attention. A zombie manages to break in and topples the fridge, destroying his food supply. He lures it onto the balcony and forces it to fall. With resources dwindling, Jun-woo resorts to drinking liquor and begins hallucinating about his family. When the phone network briefly reconnects, he receives a heartbreaking voicemail of his family being overrun. Enraged, he storms out to fight the zombies but is quickly overwhelmed, barely making it back to his apartment alive. Driven to despair, Jun-woo attempts to hang himself, but a laser pointer suddenly flashes in his room. The light comes from Kim Yoo-bin, another survivor living in the opposite apartment building. Yoo-bin attempts to create a zip line between their buildings using a cable, but it falls to the street. Jun-woo then repurposes his drone to successfully establish a connection. However, an infected firefighter pulls on the first cable, causing chaos in Yoo-bin's apartment. As the zombie climbs towards her, Jun-woo sacrifices his drone to distract it, giving Yoo-bin the chance to wake up and kill the threat. Jun-woo scavenges his neighbor's apartment for supplies, narrowly avoiding another zombie. He sends a walkie-talkie to Yoo-bin, allowing them to communicate. The two bond, but their safety is short-lived when Yoo-bin accidentally knocks over a shelf, attracting the infected. To divert the horde, Jun-woo calls the unit next to hers. Believing the 8th floor of Jun-woo's building to be safe, the pair prepare to escape. They rappel from their balconies and battle through the hallways, but find the doors locked as zombies close in. At the last moment, a stranger from one of the suites rescues them, offering food and water. However, the refreshments are drugged, and Jun-woo passes out. When he wakes up, he finds himself tied up, while Yoo-bin is locked in a room with the stranger's infected wife. The man intends to sacrifice her to his wife, but Yoo-bin outsmarts him, wrapping the zombie's head in fabric. When the stranger opens the door, his wife attacks him instead. Yoo-bin then shoots them both. The gunfire draws more zombies, and Yoo-bin, losing hope, asks Jun-woo to kill her before they are overrun. As he hesitates, the sound of helicopters fills the air. Realizing rescue is near, they rush to the rooftop, pursued by the undead. Just as they are about to be overwhelmed, a military helicopter fends off the zombies and airlifts them to safety. A news report voiceover states that wireless networks are being restored and that the military is rescuing survivors who posted on social media. The film ends with Jun-woo's rescue request #StayAlive changing to #alive.